eat there, and then we go to the game. And he always had when I first started going, I would have a bus lined up in, but Jesse went and then would have a bus going out of his restaurant for all the games. So we drive to the restaurant and come back, and we had a hunting partner at a tavern about a block down from King's X, and we have to go there, you know. And we always make about 3 or 4 spots. We even made a couple of the check the girly joints on a few times. We lose half our guys there.
That sounded like my age group right about now. A lot of games going. I'm going this Sunday, so I'm excited. That'll be me. Yeah. You're a veteran, a Korean War veteran. Were you a fan of the Packers throughout your time and history of that? Were you keeping up with them?
Like I said, I went to the first game in '53.
Okay.
And that's all I came back from Korea. I was wounded and I was in the hospital in Frisco. And there was a Wisconsin bar where all the guys hung out, kind of the Wisconsin guys did. And I went to church Sunday morning. I went there to the tavern must have been about 10 o'clock or 10:30. And about 11 o'clock, somebody comes over. The Packers are playing in town today. Who wants to go? So about 10 of us, I'd say maybe 12. We went that cable car up there, and we went. We got it free. We had our uniforms on. We all got it free. And I'd say there was about 10,000 people there, because we went and plugged ourselves around a 35-yard line or something like that. Probably about 10 rows up, you know. So it wasn't overcrowded.
No, that's awesome. That sounds like a good memory. Now you're kind of nominated by a friend, a fellow nominee of such an awesome award. For the Packers, it's kind of a one-of-a-kind thing. Did you know about being nominated? How did you find out about it? Just talk to me how you found out about this specifically.
Well, I found out from Lori. And there was the Packers called me. It was yesterday morning? Yeah, they called me.
Yeah, what'd they have to say?
They said, congratulations, you were picked for one of the finalists. And I talked to them about 15, 20 minutes, must have for sure.
Yeah, that's cool. Over the years, you don't do what you do and be a fan for an award like this. It kind of just comes along over all the history of being a fan. How many games do you think you've been to over your time? Not to put a number on it, would you say it's hundreds?
After 60, the only time I missed it, I'd go on a elk hunting trip to Colorado. I'd probably miss one a year, sometimes none.
Wow, that's awesome. That's actually super impressive. Next question I kind of want to ask you is, as of recently, you moved the bus over to your daughter. Kind of talk to me about how the bus started, where the idea came from, and how it's grown.
Well, actually, it started by Louis Schardner at a bar, and his brother was up. He's the one that had that bar close to King's X, and he hunted with us guys too. So I went with Louis. I never went with Louis on a bus, but Louis run one bus. He got the go 3-season game, and he was telling me about that. So I said, well, maybe I should run on a bus. So then that's why I really got started with that.
Yeah. Was there like an outcome right away? You saw folks, friends would want to go along. It was an easy thing to get people to want to do.
He did sign up, and there was no problem getting to fill the bus. It was always really easy to fill. And then I also we ran a bus to that's when they played Milwaukee too yet. And that was a little tough because that was a lot longer trip for us. And another thing, the seats weren't as good in Brewer Stadium. There were some bad ones.
Yeah, I'm sure with travel. Any times you can remember that travel didn't go your way? Say a bus broke down, you were with friends, or I'm sure it had to happen.
One time we had a bus break down. We were just pulling into the parking lot in Green Bay, and that was perfect because we were riding. The bus I was leasing from was Wisconsin, Michigan coaches, and they were based in Green Bay. So we called the game. They had another bus there, so that was fun. But now they had problems. Since this year, for reverse one my daughter had, I think the second trip, bus broke down, something with the break or something, and they were a little hold up.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. That's
That's
gonna
why
happen.
all the years, that's why that we had over the bus.
Yeah. This award kind of brings along the idea that you've helped shape a lot of folks in central Wisconsin, or give them the opportunity to enjoy a true fan experience at Lambeau, which is one of a kind. What does that mean to you to be able to impacted, I would say, put the number hundreds of people around
Well,
you?
I really enjoyed going myself, first place, and then signing these people up and get all these friends together, and I really enjoyed the people. It was a really good bunch.
Yeah, and that's half of it, is getting to go and enjoy yourself.
I think
something like this.
We ran it was all men at first, as it was, and I'd say about in the 70s, maybe middle of 70s, some of that. It was a cold game. It was like this time of year, really cold, and he said to me, "There's a woman on the bus, John." And I said, "Don't bother me." I said, "Don't hang bother me." I said, so that's when I gave beer out with a pitcher. We had pitchers of beer, and you had cans. Remember? I don't know if you remember, but Pabst had their own can, and they rolled the edge out like this. It was just for parties and stuff, and advertising for Pabst. It was a regular Pabst can, but it was rolled out. So I got them because one of the guys that were with the bus was a Pabst man, so we got all the Pabst stuff we wanted. And anyway, I was filling them, and when I was filling the pitchers up, and I was going to, or the cans up, and I was going back, I seen who it was. She had a big heavy jacket on with pulled over her head, and I told her, I said, you don't bother me a bit that you're here. I said, in fact, I'm glad you're on here. I said, and from then on, women started riding the bus.
Yeah, and that's awesome, and I'm sure it's become a family thing as you guys gotten older. As it becomes something that obviously your daughter's going to carry on the legacy, but it's exciting to stay in your family name. What does that kind of mean to you to have started something?
Well, I was hoping they would. I was definitely hoping they would do it, but like I told my daughter, I had most of the money in for the $1,400 on a ticket, and I told her if she was going to run it or make up her mind. So.
Yeah, I get that. That's kind of where my family's at now. My grandfather and grandmother, they're season ticket holders, and they're deciding if they should pass it on to us or which one of us young ones can take it. So, kind of in a similar boat, figuring that out. You don't really. I mean, you wouldn't be heartbroken if you don't fully win and get yourself in. But what does it mean if you did win? Will you take the gift certificate, go get yourself something nice? What would it mean to you to win?
Well, I think it was great that I won. And I got in it for it because my neighbor won it about 30 years ago, and I helped. We helped to get with it. That's when he had a sign with all these different. They passed on where it all came from. But on the bus, we always would fill that thing up a couple of times, and we got him, and he won. And they had a very good time, and his wife really enjoyed the whole thing about it.
Yeah.
And his picture is down there in Green Bay.
Cool. And a neighbor friend of yours, you said?
Yeah. My next door neighbor, Eddie Jablonski, his name was.
Okay. Are you still planning, hoping to get to any more games? Hopefully next year. We're not sure how the season will end up.
One or two games.
Yeah. Is that kind of where you're at now?
It was bothering me coming out of the stands, not going up them. So it didn't bother me, but coming down, I wasn't sure of myself.
Yeah.
So I just thought that's time enough.
Yeah, hopefully you can still get there. That's awesome, though, that you're still making an effort.
One game or so, maybe an early game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, John, that's all I got for you. Anything else you feel you want to tell me, share about a memory? Otherwise, I can't thank you enough for giving me a bunch to work with.
Well, it was like I said, I really enjoyed working with the people, all the viewers, and it was because everybody was really nice people. We had very few problems. We had a few problems with the men. There was men down there. There was a few problems then, but when we had a couple, we never had no problems after that.
Yeah, that's awesome, John. I appreciate that. That's all I need from you.